Hello, I'm Marlon, MSc Sports Physiotherapy student, and today I have with me a patient who is a 54-year sedentary worker and has a history of Achilles tendinopathy, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and is obese. So we're going to take him through a series of exercises that will just help with everything that he's presenting with. Prior to this session, our patient was cleared by the doctor and a physical activity readiness questionnaire was filled by this patient. According to Warburton et al. 2021, this questionnaire was designed to identify individuals who need to consult a doctor before starting a new exercise program or increasing the intensity of their current workout. To address my patient's low motivation and uncertainty about safe ways to become physically active again, an in-depth education was given, having a trans-theoretical model in mind. According to Prochaska 2020, this model construes that behavior change is an intentional process that unfolds over time and involves progress through stages of change. I presented exercise as medicine and enlightened my patient that with the current mild stiffness he had in his ankle could only be combated by physical activity, and made him aware that inactivity was only going to make his stiffness worse. I also educated him that exercise was going to help with his overall health and presenting conditions. This education helped him to move from pre-contemplation through to contemplation to preparation and then finally to the action phase of our trans-theoretical change model. And it brings us here today. And so we are going to be having our first session today, and some very carefully selected exercises have been put together as the exercise program for today. Today being our first session, the exercises will be executed at a moderate intensity, that is about 50% of his maximum heart rate. And this aligns with the ACSM guidelines. Today's exercise program is going to be a fair blend of aerobic and resistance exercises to help with global strengthening of the patient. According to Felix et al. 2010, aerobic exercises helps with insulin sensitivity, paralleling improved mitochondrial function. Also, according to Gordon et al. 2009, resistance exercises helps diabetic patients by improving glycemic control, insulin sensitivity, and also improving strength and lean body mass. Having said all that, we are going to zoom into our exercises now. According to Marakushan et al. 2024, warm-up is very necessary to prepare the muscles for any form of physical activity. And so we're going to be starting with some warm-up. Basically, we'll be doing some ankle circles, arm circles, some stretches for the major muscle groups of the lower and upper limbs, just to warm the muscles to prepare it enough for the physical activity. So the first group of exercises that we're going to be doing will target his Achilles tendinopathy. And the first exercise is going to be a seated calf raise. So this is what you're going to do. Just relax your legs on the ground, and I want you to slowly move up and down. How's that? Good. Okay, so for this particular exercise, we'll be doing 10 repetitions, 2 sets, also because it's his first time. And according to Sancho et al. 2023, it's important to progressively load the Achilles tendon, hence this particular exercise being the first on our list. So are you ready? So we're going to be doing 10 reps of that. Okay, let's go. 10. Good. How was that? Any pain? No pain at all. Alright. So a progression of this exercise will be to add weights on his thighs, give him more resistance while he lifts up and down. So our next exercise will be a sit to stand. So basically, I want you to try to stand up without putting weight on your hands or something. So if you feel that will be a problem, I want you to either cross your hands over or just stretch out your hands like that while you do the standing. Okay, so okay, so let's go up and down. How's that? Good, very fine. Okay, so we are doing 10 reps of that. Ready? Second. Good job. Well done. How was that?
Very good.
Great. So we'll be doing 2 sets of this particular exercise as well. A progression of this will be to do mini squats and eventually doing a full squat. So this is just prepping him to get to that stage as well. Our next exercise is going to be a standing calf raise. Okay. It's absolutely fine if you don't feel confident to go onto your knees, but you can always have that as a support. Okay. All right. So basically, we're standing on both legs, hip width apart, and we are going up and slowly down, slowly up and slowly down. Also for this exercise, we are doing 10 reps. Ready? Okay. Let's have it. Up and down. 1. How is that? Any pain? Okay. 2. How is that? Good. So a progression of this exercise will be to do the heel raise on a single leg, and another way to progress is just to increase the repetitions or the set. So having in mind that we are doing a lot of global strengthening in this exercise program, the next group of exercises are going to target the core. So we're going to be doing some bridging. So basically, I want you to lie on your back. Okay. And I want your heels to touch your bum as close as possible. Okay, this is fine. So your hands by your side, just relax your head back in. With your hands by your side, I want you to tuck in your tummy, and then just hands by your side. I want you to slowly lift up. No, you're lifting the back of your head. Alright, so you slowly lift up, and the shoulder, and then you need to lift up, and then you slowly go down. How was that? So we're going to be doing 10 reps of that. Okay, so is that fine? Good job. How was that? Any pain anywhere? No pain. That's good. Okay. So the next core exercise is going to be a mini plank. Ideally, this is what we want you to do, but I'm modifying it so that it becomes easier. Hopefully, we can progress with that. Okay. So I want you to be on your knees. Just relax. I want you to be on your elbows. I want you to be on your elbows, and then your knees, and then just relax a little bit like that. You should feel your core working. Okay, so can we try that? So we're holding that for 10 seconds. 1. Progression of this will be to increase the time. So instead of 10 seconds, we can move to 15 seconds to 20 seconds. And on as much as he can bear. Another progression will be to actually do the full planks, the actual planks, not a mini plank. So our next core exercise is going to be modified Superman, and basically what I want you to do is to lie on your tummy as you're already doing. Relax your arms and then just lift up and down. You should feel the side of your So we'll be doing 10 reps, 2 sets of this exercise. Progression will be to do the actual Superman, where we are not just lifting the arms up, but we are also lifting the legs as well. So the next group of exercises are going to focus on the upper limb. just to strengthen the upper limb muscles, our biceps, our triceps, and overall upper limb muscles as well. So we are using some weights, because in as much as our patient is not so physically active, he's absolutely fine using weights for these group of exercises. And so we'll start off with some biceps curls. So basically we are just bending up and down like that. How is that? Good? Any pain anywhere? Okay, so our target is to do 10 reps of and the last one, which is 10. How is that? Good, very good. Okay, so the next variation we are going to do is to just start from this position and just go up and down like that. Okay, ready? Also doing, the target is also to do 10 reps on that. Is that fine for you? Okay. So for the first exercise, the target is to do 10 repetitions, 2 sets. Also for this 10 repetitions, 2 sets, and we'll have a rest period of about 20 seconds in between each set. So we'll move on to the next exercise as well. Basically, we are starting from this kind of W position, okay, and then we'll go up, and then we'll come back to that same position. I don't want it to go down, okay. So let's start. This is the start position. So a progression of all these upper limb exercises that we've just done will be to increase the number of reps and the number of sets, and also make it more challenging by moving on to actual machines out there in the gym, such as a pulley and other ones, to strengthen these muscles more. For our final set of exercises, it's going to focus more on the aerobic component of this exercise program, and knowing that our client is not so confident when he's walking, we still want to do something related to walking, yet we'll be standing in one position. So basically all we are going to do is to just be in one position and just walk in one static walking, okay. So it's aerobic, and we are going to incorporate some variations just to make it more fun, okay. How is that? Good. Make sure you are breathing, it will help. Okay, 8, 9, 10. How was that? Good, good. Do you feel like you're exerted? Okay, you're fine. Okay, so this particular exercise was just to help prepare us, since we're going on the cycling machine. Yes, it's an aerobic bit. The cycling will also step it up a little bit, but for this particular one, a progression of it will be to do an actual walking where he's taking the steps. A progression of that as well will be to increase the pace at which he's doing the walking. We can also get him onto the treadmill eventually, where we can monitor the speed better, and so that would be a great progression for this particular exercise. For now, we are going to zoom into cycling, so I'm going to prep him and give him the necessary precautions to take, put him on the cycling, and then that will be the last bit of exercise before we zoom into our cool down for today. I'm going to get onto this. Okay, and then you kindly put your legs inside there and just let me know I'll take it in for you. And then when you're on it, I want your back to be straight as you can. I don't want you to, else you leave here with back pain, which I don't want you to leave here with back pain. Okay, alright, so let's get onto it now. to cycle for 10 minutes. And so let's start. So just to make sure that he's not overexerting himself, I keep asking him questions. The talk test, it helps me to know whether he's still abreast with it, because it's a great precautionary measure to take since he has a history of hypertension. So as an injury prevention measure, it's expedient for us to, after everything that we have done today, to have some cool down. And so I'll take my patient quickly through some stretches to help cool down the muscles after a long day's work. There are various references to back the choice of exercises in this program. According to Martin et al. 2018 and Chimentin et al. 2024, the management or the first line of management for Achilles tendinopathy should include progressive load, education, and activity advice. The goal is to empower patients to understand their condition and develop competencies for long-term management. The choice of 10 repetitions, 2 sets for most of the exercises that were done aligns with the ACSM guidelines, which recommends 8 to 12 reps of 2 to 4 sets. And so I decided to go with 10 reps, 2 sets, especially because this was the first time our patient was going to do this in a long while. Also, the ACSM guidelines recommend a combination of aerobic and resistance exercises, hence selection of most of the exercise. The exercises selected to address our patient's Achilles tendinopathy were also guided by Gady et al.'s work that looked at exercises that will help progressively load the Achilles tendon. As was observed in the video, the patient was constantly asked how he was feeling about the exercises. He was constantly asked his pain level, just so we can manage the tendon sensitivity, and any pain complained about that was below 3 was okay for us to still work within. Also, the rate of perceived exertion scale was used to monitor how hard our patient was working, so that we don't overexert him, considering the fact that he is hypertensive. Then again, after the whole activity for the day, the 24-hour pain monitoring principle will be used, or was used, to just to monitor how the patient feels or felt after the entire day's work. And so that was going to help us know whether we need to step down the reps or sets, or if we can actually progress to the next level. Fear was addressed by putting in place support systems. So in a case where the patients needed something to hold on to feel more confident about the exercises that he was doing, that was made available. Also, I engaged in the whole activity so that he feels more confident. I demonstrated and gave the adequate cues that will help him feel more confident and address the fears that he had. According to Beckley et al. 2014, Hansen et al. 2016, Larson et al. 2015, and Thorpe et al. 2014, prolonged sitting interrupted with brief bouts of standing or light intensity ambulation helps with glycemic control in individuals who are obese and sedentary. And so a take-home advice I would give to my patient is to continue the good work he has started today. Parts of the exercise program that can be done at home, I'll encourage him to keep doing it.